Friedrich was a young and passionate man who wholeheartedly supported the Nazi Party. He believed that under Hitler's rule, Germany would prosper and return to its former greatness. His family, who were proud Germans, also supported the Nazi regime. They attended rallies and encouraged their son to join the Hitler Youth, believing that this was their patriotic duty. Friedrich loved being part of the Hitler Youth, feeling a sense of purpose and camaraderie with his fellow members. They were taught that they were the future of the German Reich, and they took pride in this responsibility. One day, Friedrich and his friends were tasked with a special mission to visit a nearby concentration camp and deliver supplies to the soldiers stationed there. They were excited about the opportunity to contribute to the war effort. As they arrived at the camp, Friedrich noticed a strange smell in the air, like burning rubber. He dismissed it as the scent of a nearby factory and continued on with his duties. While delivering supplies, Friedrich accidentally wandered too far into the camp and stumbled upon a group of emaciated prisoners. Shocked, he could hardly believe what he was seeing. He had heard rumors of concentration camps and the terrible conditions within them, but he had always dismissed these stories as enemy propaganda. Now, faced with the reality of the situation, he could no longer ignore the truth. As he walked back to his friends, his mind raced with questions. How could his beloved country be responsible for such inhumanity? Was this what he had been supporting all these years? That night, unable to sleep, Friedrich lay in bed wrestling with his thoughts. He could no longer reconcile his love for his country with the horrors he had witnessed at the camp. The next day, he decided to speak to his father about his doubts. His father, a staunch Nazi supporter, dismissed his concerns, insisting that the prisoners deserved their fate for being enemies of the Reich. Frustrated and heartbroken, Friedrich knew he could no longer blindly follow his father or the Nazi Party. He needed to find a way to educate himself and others about the true nature of the regime. In secret, Friedrich began to obtain and read banned books and newspapers that spoke out against the atrocities committed by the Nazis. This new information only deepened his belief that he must take a stand against the regime. Realizing that he couldn't do it alone, Friedrich sought out others who shared his beliefs. He discovered a small underground resistance group composed of other disillusioned youths and adults who defied the Nazi Party and worked to save innocent lives. Together with his new friends, Friedrich began to participate in acts of sabotage and resistance against the Nazis. They forged identity papers to help people escape persecution and smuggled food and supplies into concentration camps. As the war dragged on and the tide began to turn against Germany, Friedrich and his fellow resistance members grew bolder in their actions. They assisted Allied forces by providing intelligence and carrying out acts of sabotage against key Nazi targets. But as their resistance efforts grew more successful, the risk of being caught increased. One by one, Friedrich's friends were captured and executed for their defiance of the Nazi regime. Terrified but undeterred, Friedrich continued to fight for what he believed was right, even as his family disowned him for betraying their country. As the war came to an end, the remaining members of Friedrich's group were rounded up by the Nazis. Despite the danger, Friedrich chose to stand by his friends, refusing to distance himself from their cause. In a desperate attempt to save his life, Friedrich's father pulled strings within the party to secure his release. Though Friedrich was now safe, he couldn't shake the guilt of leaving his friends behind. When the war ended and Germany lay in ruins, Friedrich helped to rebuild his country. He dedicated his life to making amends for his past support of the Nazi regime, spending years helping survivors of the Holocaust and educating the next generation about the dangers of blind patriotism. Friedrich's journey from a fervent Nazi supporter to a member of the resistance and ultimately a champion for justice and reconciliation demonstrates the power of personal transformation and the importance of fighting against hatred and prejudice. His story reminds us that it is never too late to change course and stand up for what is right, even when it means turning against one's own family and country. And as long as there are people like Friedrich who are willing to take a stand, there will always be hope for a brighter future. Once upon a time, in a world where the potential of artificial intelligence was just beginning to be unlocked, 15 aspiring AI trainers decided to embark on a transformative journey together. Their shared goal was to become experts in AI consulting and training, equipped with the knowledge and wisdom to guide others in harnessing the power of AI effectively. Their adventure would take them to remarkable places, and they would encounter challenges, collaborate, and learn from one another along the way. The group, composed of individuals from diverse backgrounds and experiences, brought a rich tapestry of perspectives to their shared endeavor. They were united by their curiosity and passion for AI, and they believed that by working together, they could amplify their impact and accelerate their growth as trainers. With this shared vision, they set out on their journey, eager to explore the realms of AI and uncover the secrets it held. Their first adventure took them to a bustling AI conference where they absorbed insights from industry leaders and engaged in thought-provoking discussions. They learned about the ethical considerations surrounding AI, the potential for bias in algorithms, and the importance of transparency. Excitement filled the air as they grasped the immense possibilities AI offered and the responsibility that came with it. Inspired by the conference, the trainers decided to embark on a collaborative project. Splitting into smaller groups, they set out to build an AI model that could assist in diagnosing diseases accurately. They immersed themselves in data, refining algorithms, and testing their models against real-world cases. Through sleepless nights and countless iterations, they grew not only in technical expertise, but also in their ability to work as a cohesive team. As their journey continued, the trainers found themselves at a serene retreat in the mountains. Surrounded by nature's beauty, they took the time to reflect on their experiences and share their personal breakthroughs. Each trainer had a unique story to tell, a lesson learned, or an insight gained. Listening to one another's journeys, they realized that the transformation they sought was not just about AI, but also about personal growth and empathy. Guided by this newfound understanding, the trainers visited a startup incubator where they met entrepreneurs grappling with the challenges of integrating AI into their businesses. They offered guidance, sharing their knowledge on how to navigate the complexities of AI adoption, build ethical frameworks, and create inclusive AI solutions. The trainers witnessed the transformative potential of AI firsthand as they saw these entrepreneurs embrace its power to revolutionize industries. The journey took an adventurous turn when the trainers found themselves on a remote island. Here, they encountered a community struggling with environmental issues. Armed with their AI expertise, the trainers collaborated with local scientists to develop an AI-powered system to monitor and protect the ecosystem. This experience ingrained in them a deep sense of purpose, to use their skills not just for profit, but also to drive positive change in the world. As their journey neared its end, the trainers found themselves in a majestic library filled with ancient texts and wisdom. They delved into the works of AI pioneers, philosophers, and thought leaders, immersing themselves in profound ideas about the future of AI. These intellectual explorations enriched their understanding, preparing them to become not only skilled AI trainers, but also ambassadors for responsible AI development. Armed with newfound knowledge, wisdom, and a shared commitment to making a difference, the trainers returned to their communities. They established AI training programs, conducted workshops, and engaged in meaningful conversations with individuals and organizations eager to embrace AI responsibly. Their impact rippled outward as they empowered others to navigate the complexities of AI with confidence and ethical sensibilities. The trainers never ceased to learn, innovate, and adapt. They continued to come together, supporting and challenging each other as they faced new frontiers in AI. Their journey had transformed them into a close-knit community, bonded by their shared experiences and their collective pursuit of meaningful AI training and consulting. And so the story of these 15 aspiring AI trainers continues to unfold. As they venture into the ever-evolving world of AI, they carry with them the lessons learned, the wisdom acquired, and the passion that sparked their journey. They are determined to make a lasting impact, knowing that the responsible and effective use of AI holds the potential to shape the future for the better. Once upon a time, in a beautiful meadow surrounded by tall trees and sparkling streams, there lived a little bunny named Benny. Benny was 3 years old, just like you, and he loved to explore and learn new things. One sunny day, Benny decided to go on an adventure into the forest. He packed a small bag with some carrots, his favorite snack, and set off early in the morning. As Benny wandered deeper into the woods, he came across all sorts of fascinating creatures, like birds chirping in the trees and squirrels scampering up and down the trunks. Benny was so curious that he wanted to know everything about these animals, so he asked them lots of questions, like, "What do you eat?" and "Where do you sleep?" The first animal Benny met was a wise old owl named Hooty. Hooty had big round glasses perched on the end of his beak, and he looked very intelligent. "Hello there, young bunny," Hooty said warmly. "You're quite early. Most bunnies don't venture this deep into the forest. Are you lost?" Benny shook his head. "No, I'm not lost. I'm on an adventure. There's so much I want to learn about the forest and the animals who live here." Hooty chuckled softly. "Well, young bunny, the forest is indeed full of wonders. I'll be glad to help you on your journey." And so, Benny began his curious journey with Hooty. They started by visiting the birds, who sang the most beautiful songs Benny had ever heard. They taught Benny about their diet of seeds and insects and how they built nests to keep their eggs safe. Benny was fascinated. Next, they met the squirrels. Benny was amazed at how fast they could climb trees. The squirrels showed Benny their acorn stores for winter. Afterwards, they came across a flutter of butterflies, who taught Benny about their transformation from caterpillars. The butterflies' wings looked like magical paintings to Benny. The day was coming to an end, but there was one last creature Benny wanted to meet, the foxes. He had heard tales of their cunning. The foxes were initially suspicious, but Hooty assured them that Benny meant no harm, and so they told Benny stories of their escapades in the forest. As night fell, Benny thanked the creatures for their lessons. He promised to visit again soon. As he left, the forest echoed with the sounds of their goodbyes. Benny returned home with a heart full of wonderful memories from his adventure. He couldn't wait to share his stories with his friends. Over the next few days, Benny shared tales of his adventure. His friends listened in awe as he recounted his encounters with the owl, the birds, the squirrels, the butterflies, and even the foxes. Soon enough, Benny's friends wanted to join him on his next adventure. Benny agreed happily, eager to return to the forest and learn more about its fascinating inhabitants. So the following week, Benny and his friends set off on another adventure, guided once again by the wise old owl, Hooty. The forest welcomed them warmly. They revisited the birds, the squirrels, the butterflies, and the foxes. This time, with Benny's friends by his side, the experience was even more magical. They met new creatures too, the graceful deer, the bustling beavers, and the family of hedgehogs. Each animal had an interesting story to share. On their journey, they learned the importance of cooperation, respect for nature, and the virtues of curiosity and courage. It was an unforgettable experience for the young bunnies. Benny was proud of the little community he had built. They had fostered friendships not just among themselves, but with the creatures of the forest as well. After several delightful adventures in the forest, Benny and his friends became known as the Curious Bunch by the forest creatures. They were always welcomed with joy. Benny and his friends continued their exciting adventures, eager to learn and explore. The meadow, the forest, and its creatures had become their second home. And so, the adventurous bunny, named Benny, left his mark not only in his meadow, but also deep within the heart of the forest. His curiosity ignited a spark of exploration in his fellow bunnies. Even as Benny grew older, his heart remained young, always ready for a new adventure. His journey was a testament to the power of curiosity and the courage to step into the unknown. To this day, if you happen to find yourself in that splendid meadow, listen carefully. You might hear tales of a small, adventurous bunny named Benny echoing in the wind. And if you follow these tales into the forest, you'll discover a world of wonder, just like Benny did. The forest, with its magnificent creatures, awaits you, ready to share its secrets. So keep your hearts open and nurture your curiosity. You never know when you might embark on your own magical journey, just like Benny the Bunny. Había una vez una pequeña oruga llamada Olivia que vivía en un gran jardín lleno de flores coloridas. Olivia era diferente a las otras orugas, siempre soñaba con convertirse en una hermosa mariposa. Olivia ansiaba poder volar entre las flores, sentir el viento en sus alas y ser libre, pero no sabía cómo podía lograrlo. Pasaba los días observando a las mariposas, admirando sus hermosas alas y su grácil vuelo, soñaba con unirse a ellas en sus danzas aéreas. A pesar de su deseo, Olivia se sentía temerosa. No sabía si sería capaz de enfrentar los cambios necesarios para convertirse en una mariposa. Un día, una mariposa mayor se posó junto a Olivia. «No tengas miedo, pequeña oruga, este es tu destino», le dijo con una voz serena y amable. «Pero, ¿cómo puedo hacerlo? ¿Cómo puedo convertirme en una mariposa?», preguntó Olivia, llena de dudas. «Debes alimentarte, descansar y esperar. La naturaleza hará el resto», respondió la mariposa mayor. Así que Olivia se puso a comer las hojas más frescas y jugosas, descansaba bajo las sombras de las flores y esperaba con paciencia. Un día, Olivia comenzó a sentirse distinta, no tenía hambre y se sentía muy cansada. Decidió hacer lo que la mariposa mayor le aconsejó y descansó. Se envolvió en un cómodo capullo, escondida del mundo exterior. Estaba a punto de comenzar una transformación increíble. En la quietud de su capullo, Olivia comenzó a cambiar. Poco a poco, su cuerpo de oruga se transformó y comenzaron a crecerle alas. Pasaron días y noches. Olivia podía sentir los cambios que ocurrían dentro de ella, pero no sabía cómo se veía por fuera. Finalmente, el día llegó. Olivia sintió una gran energía dentro de ella y decidió que era el momento de salir de su capullo. Con un gran esfuerzo, Olivia logró romper su capullo. Al abrir sus nuevas alas, sintió una ligereza increíble. Miró sus hermosas alas de mariposa. Eran de un hermoso color azul, muy parecidas a las de la mariposa mayor que le había dado los consejos. Olivia probó por primera vez sus alas. Con un batir suave y constante, se elevó en el aire. No pudo evitar una risa de alegría. Volaba de flor en flor, disfrutando de la libertad que tanto había deseado. Se sentía ligera, feliz y llena de vida. Las otras mariposas la recibieron calurosamente. Olivia se unió a sus danzas aéreas, revoloteando con ellas bajo el brillante sol. Olivia se dio cuenta de que su sueño se había hecho realidad. Ahora era una mariposa libre de volar y explorar el mundo a su alrededor. En su felicidad, Olivia no olvidó agradecer a la mariposa mayor por sus sabios consejos. «Gracias por guiarme. Ahora sé que cualquier sueño es posible», dijo Olivia. «Estoy orgullosa de ti, Olivia. Has demostrado gran valentía y paciencia. Ahora, comparte tu sabiduría con las otras orugas», respondió la mariposa mayor. Olivia decidió seguir el consejo de la mariposa mayor. Comenzó a compartir su experiencia con las otras orugas, alentándolas a no temer el cambio. Pasó el tiempo y Olivia se convirtió en una líder en su jardín. Las orugas la admiraban y las mariposas la respetaban. Olivia finalmente logró su sueño de convertirse en una mariposa y volar, pero también descubrió algo más valioso, la fortaleza interior y el valor de compartir su sabiduría. Olivia continuó su vida, disfrutando de cada dulce néctar de las flores y la libertad de volar, y cada vez que veía una oruga, recordaba su viaje y sonreía. La historia de Olivia se extendió por todo el jardín, enseñando a todas las orugas que los sueños pueden hacerse realidad, solo se necesita paciencia y coraje. Olivia demostró que la transformación, aunque asustadiza y desafiante, puede llevar a resultados maravillosos, y este es el misterio y la belleza de la vida. Olivia, la oruga que se convirtió en una mariposa, vivió felizmente el resto de sus días, volando con gracia y compartiendo su sabiduría con las generaciones futuras. Ella demostró que no importa cuán pequeños o insignificantes podamos sentirnos, todos llevamos dentro el potencial para transformarnos y alcanzar grandes alturas. Así que, cada vez que veas una oruga, recuerda la historia de Olivia, y ten siempre en mente que, sin importar nuestros miedos y dudas, todos tenemos la capacidad de volar. La valiente y persistente Olivia nos enseñó que nada es imposible y que cada uno de nosotros puede alcanzar nuestros sueños, siempre y cuando estemos dispuestos a enfrentar los desafíos. Olivia, con su corazón valiente y su espíritu fuerte, logró superar sus miedos y realizar su sueño. Ella nos enseña a todos una valiosa lección sobre la valentía y la perseverancia. La historia de Olivia continuará inspirando a otras orugas y mariposas en el jardín durante muchos años, y nosotros, al igual que ellos, podemos aprender mucho de esta pequeña pero valiente oruga. Olivia, la oruga que se convirtió en mariposa, nos muestra que la paciencia, la valentía y la perseverancia son las claves para lograr cualquier sueño. Tú también puedes volar, solo debes creer en ti mismo. Así, La vida de Olivia nos da una bella enseñanza. Nunca dejes de soñar y nunca tengas miedo de cambiar, porque los cambios más grandes a menudo traen los resultados más hermosos.